All right, the PSP got a makeover. Harry Potter is bigger than Darth Vader, apparently. And Facebook got incredibly anti-social. It's Friday, so that means it's time for The Loop, a week in review. My guest tonight here in Los Angeles from Big Shot Magazine, gaming editor Paul Semmel joins us from San Francisco, assistant editor for Wired News, Danny Dumas, and you can catch him later tonight on the season premiere of Best Week Ever on VH1, comedian Doug Benson. Welcome to the Week in Review, everybody. Doug, you with us? You okay, buddy?
I'm in. Okay. Let's do this.
All right, just making sure. Somebody's
loop it up.
All right, now this trailer blew audiences away at Comic-Con. Of course, talking about Iron Man. Director Jon Favreau revealed it. Danny, how good is this film really going to be? Is there any indication?
If it's half as good as the trailer is, it's going to be totally awesome. Like, take my $10 right now. Plus, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, is that the most brilliant bit of casting in the history of mankind?
Yeah, do you think at first people questioned that bit of casting and then this trailer? Because I know when they released it at Comic-Con, they said they wanted to prove that Downey is Iron Man. Do you think this trailer was kind of done and cut in a way that just proves it?
No, I don't think so at all. I think that Downey Jr. is the quintessential Tony Stark. If you look at his lifestyle and the way he kind of carries himself within the trailer, and if you know anything about Tony Stark in the comic books, then it couldn't be any more perfect.
Paul, do you think this could be like Batman Begins good, or are we going to have another Fantastic Four on our hands?
I think it's going to be X-Men good. I mean, it's going to be better than Batman
Wait,
Begins.
X-Men 1 and 2 or X-Men?
X-Men 1.
Okay,
X-Men 1, seriously.
Let's stay away from the Ratner here, please.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has all the elements. You've got a really good filmmaker in Jon Favreau. You got great casting in the movie. Of course, I mean, I'm not going to be convinced until the final credits run, because they can always screw it up by, throwing in some really bad, jokes or something like that.
They can always screw it in post, as they say.
Yes, they can.
Doug, I mean, are you optimistic?
I'm very optimistic. I'm one of the few people, especially adults, that's a fan of Favreau's last movie, Zathura. I thought that movie was great and was entirely underrated. So I'm psyched that he's doing Iron Man, and it can be his way of atoning for his participation in Daredevil.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do you think he has something to prove now that he was involved with that?
I think the director of Daredevil was blind also.
Yeah, apparently. And the editor and the producer and the yeah, okay. Moving right along, let's talk about the brand new PSP that hit store shelves this week. Danny, new slim design. It's got a video out. Is this just what the PSP needed, or does it still need a good game?
Probably not. It's probably, I mean, if you look at the specs, it's basically the same guts underneath the hood. So until Sony comes out with something that's just as sleek as the iPod or just as much fun and interactive as the DS Lite is, I really don't think that I really think that Sony's going to keep getting smoked in sales.
Paul, do you think Sony just needs to give up on the PSP at this point? Do they need to stop reiterating the same device and come out with something a little more innovative?
Well, I think they need to start working on the PSP, too. I don't think they should give up on it yet, though. I mean, it's definitely done a lot better than any other portable device that's gone up against Nintendo. And I think, quite frankly, it's shown that you can have another non-Nintendo portable device out there, unlike the Gizmodo and the N-Gage showed.
Right.
But it's really all about the games. They need to get more really good and exclusive games. I mean, they've got God of War, Chains of Olympus coming out next year. They need more stuff like that, more must-have games.
Completely agree with you. Doug, last time you were here, you were trying to figure out your iPhone. Are you on the PSP bandwagon? Are you a mobile gamer at all?
No, I'm still. I play with my iPhone, and it's simple things like just trying to figure out how to get my email.
Right. It's finding contacts is a mini game for you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Like when something works on there for me. I'm not too good at it yet.
Is the PSP just not on your radar then, or was it at one point on your radar and then you just didn't care about it?
Never was. I'm not down with PSP. Yeah, you know me.
All right. Next up, we now have a new #1 movie franchise of all time, which really surprised me when I heard it. The Harry Potter films have topped the 6 Star Wars movies and the 22 James Bond films to become the most lucrative film series in history. All right, Paul, are you surprised by this? And they've got 2 more movies on the way, so do you think anyone will top Potter?
Oh, I think people will. I mean, look, when a movie ticket costs $1,000 and we're talking about billion-dollar opening weekends, it'll surely get surpassed. And I think it'll be actually surpassed at some point by James Bond, because you can keep making James Bond movies for thousands of years. You only can make 7 Harry Potter movies, and unless they try and milk it and make an
I was
going to
say, Paul, never underestimate Hollywood. If there's $1 to be made, I think they could make 7 million Potter films if they needed to. But Doug, are you comfortable that in 50 years, let's go 100 years into the future, society's going to look back at our generation and see that Harry Potter was apparently our favorite thing?
I'm comfortable with it. I think people will sit around saying, what a bunch of stupid muggles that ate this crap up. But I love the Harry Potter movies, and I wish they could figure out a way to extend them into. I'd like to see Hermione in her 20s, to be honest with you, because it's a little pervy that I like her now.
Okay, but you will admit that you do have to take a shining to Hermione.
Oh
right?
God, she's cute, and that Ron Weasley's not bad either.
Danny, do you think Potter's domination is going to last forever?
Oh God, I hope not. Seriously, anthropologists looking 100 years from now at us are going to think horrible things about our society if this is the #1 film franchise. But I do have high hopes. I really think that some the new franchises, or the existing franchises, which are going to get reboots, for instance, the Batman franchise, and let's not forget Star Trek.
Yeah, and let's not count out Garfield. I think if they make a few more of those, they may come on strong in the end. You know?
Alvin and the Chipmunks is poised to sweep them all. Just you guys don't forget. I want to thank my guests, Paul, Danny, and Mr. Doug Benson. You can also catch on the Comedy Death Ray CD that was released last week. In fact, I don't know if we have a second, but yeah, Doug, can you tell us a little bit about that thing?
Yeah, this thing dropped on last Tuesday.
Easy,
it's available in stores, and it's got lots of really funny comics on it. Me and David Cross, Paul F. Tompkins, Brian Posehn. It's like sort of the alternative scene in Los Angeles and New York put on CD.
That's awesome. Was it recorded just like one night at a club, or is this a series of different recordings?
A couple nights. One night was recorded at an anniversary show at UCB Theater, where Comedy Death Ray is done every Tuesday, and then another show was recorded at Sketchfest in San Francisco at a club called Cobb's.
Awesome. Comedy Death Ray. It's on the compact disc. Some of you kids know what that is. Ask your parents. They'll know. But pick it up, and in the meantime, thank you guys for keeping us in the loop.
Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7, only on G4.